All right, who do you guys think from NXT will enter in the Rumble? That was his question. I liked it.
Trick Williams. Him and Melo are gonna have a situation. That's the easy choice.
I'm gonna steal this from Nick because one of my hot takes was that because Jordynne Grace lost her championship in TNA, it kind of ruined it a little bit, the fact that she showed up on NXT, but she's going to be in the Rumble this year, and she's going to be
100%.
she's going to be a Final 5 or Final 6. I'm going to say Final 6. So we think she's a serious contender to win.
So she's going to go to Raw immediately. Here's a little hot take. She's going to immediately get bumped up to Raw, Monday Night Raw. And
when?
I believe after WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be right away.
I'm going after that. I'm going right after this Rumble. She is then on Raw or SmackDown the next week.
Rhea gets her title back around Mania. And I hate to say it, but Rhea's going to be a transitional champion. She's going to lose to Jordynne Grace.
I think I got to agree with Jason on that one for sure. Because I think Jordynne Grace, well, I think it's a staple that Jordynne Grace is going to be in it. I do agree with Coach on that take that she's going to be in the Rumble. She was in the Rumble last year with the TNA Knockouts Championship. Of course, I think she's going to be in it this year.
Who's Knockouts champion right now? I don't know how to pronounce.
Whoever just won.
I can't pronounce her first name, so I didn't want to say her wrong.
Masha Slamovich.
Masha.
It was a damn good match.
If she doesn't have her own sandwich with that name, somebody's failing.
Well,
I mean, come on.
Because I remember her being in a tag team when I was watching TNA consistently. So when I saw that she was going for the singles, I kind of did a double take. Like, wait a minute.
Well, they kind of broke away. They kind of broke away with Slamovich and Edwards because that's who she was with. Because Edwards was legitimately injured. She had a concussion and stuff like that. They kind of just swayed away from that, and she's not really affiliated with the system anymore. So
okay, someone in TNA I would love to see in the Rumble is Xia Brookside. Isn't she? First time I saw her music pop and her come out, I was like, she's gonna be something.
That'd be pretty cool.
All right, my NXT boys. I guess back to the question: who in NXT roster is getting called up for this year's Rumble? I think we've all agreed Jordynne Grace is one, but who else you guys got?
Well, we all agree Trick Williams is going to be in it too, right?
I don't know if I agree with that. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I know that they tend to limit spots.
I think there's going to be 2, maybe 3 NXT in the men's.
Okay.
So yeah, usually they do 2 to 3. Yeah.
All right, so if we're going 3, then who's the 3?
I definitely believe Trick. Will be, and then just because Shawn Spears is going to show up as well, I feel like. He has history with quite a few people on the main roster.
I haven't seen him in a while. Since that Fatal 4-Way,
If he's healthy, I see him showing up there. And the third one's definitely going to be just another up-and-coming star. And because Rumble has those high spots, Javon Evans. And he's going to have a spot with Logan Paul.
I can see that.
Maybe I'm the only one. I feel like they've skyrocket this kid in everything. He's so young.
He's what, 19?
I'm
19.
I don't think he needs to be there. He jumps around a lot, but I feel like his moves are predictable. I think he needs to develop his game more. If he's there for that Kofi spot and it's only in the match for 3 minutes, okay, sure.
Honestly, him and Kofi having a spot together would actually be probably better than him and Logan.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because that's like a passing the torch.
Yeah, that would be okay. But I think we're still a couple years away from that needing to happen. It kind of sucks because, we're saying the women's side is fascinating. So we'll give 3 for that as well. But the women's, there's a bunch to choose from. But the men's, I'm sitting there okay, Oba, Trick, Ethan. That might be my 3.
I think because Oba's so popular already.
I might take him out. I think it'd be cool to have a Trick Mello moment in the Rumble. I think that'd be really cool.
I think Oba's just gonna be saved for the Andre the Giant Battle Royale on that SmackDown. He gets his own entrance, and he has his big giant moment where he pushes everyone off, eliminates a couple back to back. He gets cocky, celebrates, and gets knocked down ring by everybody.
Oh my god! Obafemi and Omos.
I think that would be cool. I do think that
them as a team.
I think when Oba does come up, he's gonna be maybe this isn't the best comparison, but like the Batista, where he's just so intimidating. He just doesn't lose. Maybe he's with the group or not, but like he's gonna be $1 million. He's never gonna
He's
lose.
going to be what Lars Sullivan should have been.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But like then he's almost too good to be in the Rumble because then he's got to show out like to be that like rookie of the year type. But
That's
yeah,
why I don't think he's going to be in it.
I think Trick he'll have a spot with Mello. I don't know if he won't be that. Maybe he comes in early or whatever. It's kind of like in the first third. I think Ethan shows up because he's just kind of like
he's all ego. He has to have the spotlight.
He's a dude. He's safe. Like it's a good spot to get him in there and like kind of introduce it to people that don't watch NXT. Me and Nick have kind of talked about this. I kind of compare him a lot to like a Miz, where he's that guy that's like gonna like grow on you eventually, and you're gonna appreciate like, oh, he is pretty good on the mic. He's pretty decent in the ring. Oh, whatever.
Can I segue into something real quick?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You mentioned Ethan Page in the Rumble. Ethan Page faces off with CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was gonna make that comment too.
All right. So for sure now, Ethan Page.
Either Punk or the Miz. There's gonna be an interaction.
I would like a team up of Ethan and Miz because again, kind of we were saying like Kofi and Javon, like the like future. I think that's kind of his future role is like a Miz type.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
So like for me, then I'm stuck on I don't know who the third guy is for.
I would love for them to act like they're looking in the mirror, the Miz and Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the Damian Sandow Miz.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just not in that goofy version, but like, hey, we're lying. And they both pretend to try and throw each other out.
Jinder had mentioned D'Angelo. I could see that. I just don't think he would. Like, he would. It's fine, but I just don't think he would get a pop.
Yeah.
Just because of how green a lot of the members of his faction are, I don't feel like they're gonna do that. Just because he's gonna stay in NXT a little bit longer, another year.
I think I got one. What if one of the Fraser Axiom guys are in there? So then like they could have that cool jumpy spot or whatever. Because they've been doing it a lot longer than Javon. Maybe throw one of those guys in there, or maybe they've had a history with somebody like Dom or something.
Axiom. The only issue with Axiom is he has history with a few guys, but that's with a kid, not Axiom, and so it's gonna miss with a lot of just the main roster viewers.
Yeah,
it would. That's why I'm like, I'm only set on the two. I don't know if I have a good third
and
one.
I would really love for them to finally just come out that he is a kid instead of these little jokes they make.
Once he gets to the main roster, I think that'll definitely happen.
All right, so what are our three for the women then? I feel like this is a more juicy, interesting discussion for the three women. So I'll even give you
the North American champion is.
I'll even give you
Alan Henley.
I'll even give you 4 if you want. So because I feel like we're all going with Jordan. If she's official, she might not even be technically NXT at the time. Maybe not officially. Yeah. She's still probably in the TNA crossover category. So.
I mean,
we'll give you Jordan plus 3.
Handshake deals with WWE. She's had handshake deals with WWE to be in the Royal Rumble, so Jordan Grace could do the same.
Yeah, so maybe she's her own thing, and then I'll give you 3 to pick.
I do believe they put the North American champion in it, whoever it is at the time, because they could have Fallon lose it quick, which would be upsetting.
Yeah,
I think she actually does get to have an actual title reign since this is her first one. She's deserved it for so long.
I'll say with that
but
too,
that also elevates that title too.
I like her better as the face, but the fact that they did give her this championship, I feel like it raised her group a lot more.
Oh yeah,
like because before I was kind of like, it's like a side attraction or whatever, but it's like, oh, she's got the championship now. We gotta take this serious now. So like, good for her and good for them. All right, so then what's our other 2 that we're thinking?
I think they have to either bring in Julia or Stephanie Vacure. Sorry if I'm botching names and all that. One of these big Impact names that they just hired that we've been anticipating for a while. Because I feel like they put in one of those, and then Sol Ruca is my last one.
You would be the one that would like, come in and do the soul snatcher or whatever, to 5 people, snatcher. And we'd be like, and the best part about that too would be she would do that, and every new fan would go, "Oh my god, she's awesome! I love her. She's my new favorite."
Yeah.
So I'm down with that.
I gave 4 names there, but I mean, 2 of them you can flip flop because of how high impact they were coming in.
I got like 4 different options.
All right, let me hear them.
Roxanne, I think Roxanne
Mhm.
would be a pretty easy one to like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been in the
Bring up to
past
the main
two,
roster.
so I would rather her not be in it.
I mean, unless she's already on the main roster by that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
there needs to be a quick
Has she been
title
in the last
change.
2? I thought it was just the last one. Has it been
Yeah,
2?
No, she was in.
I think it might have been the last one.
I thought she was in the last two. I could be
I'm
wrong.
not sure.
I think it's just the last one. But
I
go
also
ahead.
got Sol Ruka as an option.
Okay.
Sol Ruka would be sick. And I'd also say Kalani Jordan.
I think she's very polished. I like her, even though I feel like
That-
she's
that would
very
be a
young
good one.
too. But
Roxanne Perez has appeared in 2 Royal Rumbles.
Okay.
okay, so no.
I mean, Kalani Jordan has also gotten a big rub from like the creative team and stuff. She's worked with Bianca and Jade. She's
Yeah.
working with all
Yeah.
these other women in the 10-woman tag. She
Fair
was the
enough.
first NXT Women's North American champion. I think Kalani Jordan could be.
I think I like
good
that pick a
option for
lot.
Rumble.
That's a great one.
The only one I'm surprised you guys didn't mention is even though I guess we just saw her, is Zarya, because wouldn't it be fun to
No.
her and Rhea to square
No.
off in the ring? I think that'd be awesome.
Too
I
early for
personally-
that.
I personally don't
Next
see
Rumble.
any of them going in. Like the new girls that we just got, I don't see them going into the Rumble. That's
I mean-
my
just
opinion.
because so many people wanted one of them to be called up immediately when they were
Mhm.
first announced. I
No,
think
I-
they give us that little taste that people have wanted.
No, I agree. I don't think Julia or Stephanie are in there. I think we need to see more of them. Zarya, I think, just already has that built-in story with Rhea. And I mean, you got to remember, it's November in like 2 days. The Rumble is February 1st, so we basically have
Yeah.
what, 3 months to kind of build her up
Yeah.
and boost her up as a beast. Like, she didn't have to really do much other than like just show up when Rhea's in there. Maybe they clean house together, and then Rhea's like, "All right, later, Rook," and tosses her out. I think that'd be a cool spot.
Yeah.
You know, because like
Yeah.
there's only so many. Like, okay, maybe the men you could bring back like a Amos or hell even like a Kane or whatever. And you have those big guys that can fill in. You don't really have those for the women. So Zarya could kind of be one of those types that like, all right, we have too many women in the ring right now. We need
Or
to
Nikita
empty house.
Lyons.
I could see that. Oh,
I think
Nikita.
Nikita, yeah, she'd be. I
Yeah.
could see her in there,
And-
but
Going back to the men's rumble, because
Mhm.
I just thought of this name. We didn't mention him being in the Royal Rumble. Wesley.
he would have some cool spots. I could see
Yeah.
that.
Continue giving the women's match that it deserves, but I just came up. I just
I
had
like
name
that one.
top of my head. So
That might be my third then, if I have, because I'm like I like a strong 2, but I could see him in there. And then honestly, I don't know how you would do this, but I think Nick would like this. What's up with the 2 TNA guys that he's got a lot of history with?
the Rascals.
What if
Wesley and Wesley. Then there's what's his name now? Zach
Trey-
Wentz.
Zach
instead of-
Wentz and Trey Miguel.
all right, let me
Those 3 being the Rascals.
let me cook this. Let me book this for you, Nick. Wesley's music hits. He doesn't come out. We get one of those Dom takes out Ray moments, and suddenly one of your boys from the Rascals comes out instead.
I'd be cool with that.
And then like
I-
they kind of
I personally want it to be Zach Wentz if that happens.
okay. So Zach Wentz comes out, then they
Oh,
can kind of
I would
renew
love
that
just-
rivalry as well.
Throw Wesley out, and you see Wentz come out and just
Yeah, he brings out a chair, hits him from behind, and then he just sees him on the ground. Goes,
I'll be honest, I was so hyped when they came as MSK and all that. That was one tag team I wish there was no issues with past. But I enjoyed the Rascals on TNA before that. I was so hyped to see them come. I'll be honest, I was on WWE Shop when they kept teasing them. It was like, when's their shirt coming out? I'm buying it right away. And I was one of the first ones to purchase it and all that. The Rascals are a team that I would love for all 3 of them to be a part of WWE
hmm
and all that and just run wild. That
I was hoping that they
I-
were going to be together for longer, so I could
I
see
mean-
more of it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
same. But Wesley does need his time in NXT as a heel. He hasn't been that
Yeah.
yet.
I agree.
So we can see how diverse he can be. But but the Rascals did so well as heels when they were all together.
hmm
Like, let's just go ahead and be like, you know what? You were kind of right. We needed
What
a
if-
change.
What if we get on NXT where they somehow regroup and they're heels and they do qualifiers? Wesley gets it, and then they
Oh,
changed their mind,
Wesley
take him out at the
going for the
Rumble.
NXT champion, wanting the NXT championship. Perfect time to do it.
So I could see
You
that.
see
I would
Trick
like that.
talking. You see Trick talking to the Rascals backstage, and he says something that makes the Rascals kind of look at each other like, you know what? Maybe something Wes was talking about was right.
Hot take or not, was it not completely a waste to bring The Rock back at the last PLE when all he did was show up, do the gun thing or whatever, jibber jabbered on Instagram, didn't really tell us anything, and then didn't show up on Raw, didn't show up on SmackDown. We didn't hear anything from him, and we completely forgot about him since. Maybe this is super, super long-term booking with him and Cody and Roman or whatever, but why did it have to be that moment at that time when you could probably do it at the Rumble or do it anywhere down the road? Was that not a complete waste of time, and like he just had to have the spotlight? And I'll even add to this, because by him doing that and then us kind of doing the Instagram thing, didn't that also take away from the Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes thing? I feel like it did.
I don't think so at all, because the pay-per-view is named Bad Blood. Rock's got bad blood with Cody. Rock is about to have bad blood with Roman. And the fact that he's not showing up every week, it leads us to believe that something is going to happen more down the line, like more teases. We're going to get Rock and Cody or Rock and Roman, whatever it's going to be at WrestleMania. I just hope it's not a triple threat. I think it was a good thing, because Rock can't be everywhere all at the same time. I do kind of agree with you on the Instagram thing. The Instagram thing was kind of weird. It would have been more mysterious if Rock would have just shown up and not done the Instagram live thing.
I just
But
feel like
all in all, I think it was the perfect time to bring him back, because like I said, he's got bad blood with Cody. He's about to with Roman because of like the whole solo bloodline shit.
I don't dislike that they brought him back. I dislike how they did it, because we got him at the right time when Roman and Cody are in the ring, and yeah, bad blood, whatever. But like, we basically got the tease, and it's a month, whatever, 5 weeks later, whatever the hell it was, and we have no payoff from that. Like, not another tidbit to build upon it. We got nothing from that.
Well,
and that's where
if you think about it, The Rock did the exact same. I mean, there was obviously a lot more teasing with The Rock and Roman Reigns whenever he came out, had that promo last year with Jinder Mahal. We didn't see The Rock again until like maybe mid-February. Obviously, like probably more time is gonna pass since we've seen The Rock until we see him again, which would probably be Survivor Series. But there was like a time gap where we didn't see The Rock at all on WWE television. Wasn't making promos or like saying anything online or anything like that.
What do you think, Jason?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely interesting. Rock's not going to make just any normal appearance nowadays and all that, especially since we're getting closer to the spring and he tries to keep himself more busy with publicity stuff. I think he's more waiting until the road to WrestleMania starts before he makes his appearance. And that's where we start seeing more of this animosity towards Roman, is at that press conference that they do. Granted, I also don't like The Rock for just showing up just for kicks and giggles now.
I agree with that.
This is kind of where I draw my line in the sand, though. The situation, bad blood, them in the ring, that made sense or whatever. And like, I get that he can't be at every show. We don't need all the info or whatever. But like, you gotta give us something after that. How many times have we ended with, this is gonna happen because it's gonna leave you wanting more? Well, he left me wanting more, and then now I've forgotten about him. Now, like, that moment is easily to me is now forgettable, because we got zero payoff within the time frame that we needed the payoff. Just like we had talked about Otis and the Alpha Academy. Like, we wanted that payoff to happen. It forgotten about, fizzled, and we forgot about it. Like, you easily could have done this same thing somewhere else down the line. We did. Now, if they brought it back up, we'd be like, who gives a shit, dude? That was like 4 months ago, 5 months, however long ago it was, because we've forgotten.
I don't think it's going to be that long with The Rock. Maybe, I think Survivor Series, it would be like the earliest that we see him again, most likely.
Maybe this isn't the best comparable, because we kind of already know where like Cena's going to do. But like, what replace Rock with Cena, and he came out, and we saw Cena, and then like he said nothing, we would have been like, Cena, why were you there? Like, could you show up on Raw and like explain something? Like, why were you like? I feel like the same thing with Rock. Like, you got to give us something, and you gave us nothing. You gave us a jibber jabber Instagram.
I feel like this is just way too long storytelling. This is dragging out what needs to be finished by SummerSlam. I'll give them that extra time. Because I'll be honest, I don't see Roman versus Rock at Mania. I see it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with that, especially with not
giving any info here. I
feel
like
the Rock's
schedule will be more open for that.
I hope Rock and Roman happens at WrestleMania just so that part of the Bloodline story is over, so that they can advance and just do different things.
All I know is, like, from what I'm hearing or seeing, is that they want it
whatever happens at Mania, Roman loses, and that's SummerSlam's where he picks things back up. That's how long of his spiral he has. Okay. From now on to SummerSlam.
I guess the benefit of all this is just that there's a lot of ways you can go with it. We're not quite sure where it's going to go, and that's the benefit of wrestling. Because, like, what I've heard is that it's the rumor, I guess, is supposed to be Rock, Roman, and Cody.
I don't want a triple threat.
Which that triple threat needs to stay as far away. Whoever wrote that idea needs to be fired.
I feel like that's the way to protect the Rock, though.
They can go book AEW at that. By the way, AEW's been booking some things. Because they just follow the old WWE pattern.
If that is the triple threat, then like this Bad Blood thing makes sense because he pointed them out in the ring, and I'm just making inferences because we don't know, and maybe they don't know for all but if it's gonna be Cody Rock or Rock Roman, we need more inklings of what's going down. I'm sorry, maybe that's me, but I don't like how that was handled at all. And it also took away from the Kevin Owens versus Cody stuff, which was awesome and should have been talked about more, but instead we had to talk about The Rock. Which once again, Kevin Owens gets like screwed out over on like storyline stuff.